Good afternoon, everyone. If you'd please remain standing, I'd like to direct everyone's attention to the flag in the front of the church. At this time, we will join together in the national anthem. Please note that if you are wearing academic regalia, you may leave your hats on. Please be seated. Once again, good afternoon, salutations and greetings, and welcome everyone to the 170th Commencement Exercises of the Pittsburgh Institute of Mortuary Science. It's a cool January day. We have these in September and January, and something tells me January just feels so much better for all of you as you're sitting there in gowns. But we do indeed welcome all. We're glad that you joined us today for this ceremonial rite of passage. My name is Dr. Barry Lease, for those who do not know me. I am the president and CEO at the Pittsburgh Institute of Mortuary Science, and it's my distinct pleasure to be the presiding officer again today. I welcome all, and it's a privilege each time in September, even though it's hot, or January, to welcome everybody, see just a church full of people, family, friends, those that kind of brought you here, and we are happy to see you. I'd like to recognize a few people here today, if you don't mind, before we begin. First of all, I would like to recognize that our President Emeritus, Eugene C. Ogrotnik, who is also a member of the Board of Directors. Mr. Ogrotnik, President Emeritus Ogrotnik, please stand, be recognized. Also, I would like to welcome and recognize our Dean Emeritus, Dean Joseph Marcellia Jr., Dr. Joseph Marcellia Jr. Those are our dignitaries, okay? So we welcome those. Gentlemen, as always, they had such a legacy on this institute. Who we are today and what we are, we could not be here without them. I'd also like to give a shout out. I know there are some PIMS alumni here today. Those of you who are alumni, perhaps you'd be willing to stand, be recognized. You're part of the PIMS family, so any of you who are alumni, please feel free. Part of the family. If you would all permit me just a few brief remarks at the beginning here. Graduates, let me begin with a humble and heartfelt thank you, which is going to be a theme for today. In case you're Not going to pick up on that. I'll just kind of give the spoiler out. Thank you will be a theme today. Two words that, when uttered with the righteous humility and respect, are impactful, life-changing, in fact. The late Dr. Randy Pausch of the last lecture once said about saying thank you, he said, "Showing gratitude is one of the simplest yet most powerful things any human can do for each other." We certainly hope that your career is filled with thank yous. On behalf of the entire PIMS faculty, board, administrators, staff, graduates, and even our alumni, graduates, I'm saying to you today, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for choosing us, Pittsburgh Institute, for your funeral service education. Thank you for all of the good and, well, even the not so good days that you invited us into your lives to help you, to mentor you, to coach you, to guide you toward this day. Thank you for making the decisions to attend PIMS and allow us the privilege to become an integral part of your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. Thank you. Speaking of dreams and aspirations, I say at every orientation, and I say at every graduation, we at PIMS are not in the business of education. We are in the business of dream fulfillment, and today is that day. So your dream of entering the funeral service profession is recognized with this rite of passage, and we celebrate you. Today, your hard work, your accomplishments, your success in completing the formal educational requirement for this career. But there's much more to do. However, today, let's just stop the clock for one moment and celebrate. You earned it. To join you in that celebration, many of the graduates, as I recognized earlier, invited all of these wonderful family and friends who certainly, no doubt, I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to them for the guidance, the support, the bad days that you just needed to decompress or tell somebody, "I failed my restorative art test. What happened?" But you got it back, you came back, and you did well the next time. But they might have been there to pick you up. So to the family and friends of our graduates, would you please stand and let our graduates recognize you? Family and friends, please stand. And finally, one big thank you must go out to the people that helped get you there. Our faculty, our staff, administrators, who, I must say, it's truly an honor to work with these extraordinary individuals with the sole focus of your success. They selflessly, their efforts, they give of themselves to help you. And while I know, it's progress, not perfection. And not every day is a day in the sun. Their hearts are there, their servants' hearts are there to help you. So I'd like to ask our faculty, staff, and administrators, would you please stand and let our graduates and all of those thank you. When I think about being involved in funeral service education, it's approaching almost 30 years, stunningly. I started as a clinical embalming instructor back in 1996. So it's been a while, but I can't think of how impactful it's been in my life. One life touches another, touches another, touches another. And that ripple effect has been felt by bereaved families and their decedent loved ones in the past, present, and all of those you will serve. It's powerful. So, as I conclude my remarks today and this litany of thank yous, perhaps the most fitting thank you for me to deliver is the one you all haven't earned yet, but you will. You will. And it is the thank you, first and foremost, for your servant's heart. While dreams and aspirations are your blueprint that got you moving through this program, your servant's heart is what will help you to serve all of the bereaved families and care for their decedent loved ones for many, many years to come. On behalf of all of those people, all of those lives you will touch, thank you. Graduates, you join the PIMS family of more than 8,000 alumni. We certainly hope the best is yet to come. We know there will be good days, that those thank yous will be voluminous. But we know there will be bad days that you will wonder, did I do the right thing? Look inward. Look at your servant's heart. Find the strength, the determination to press onward in this noble, selfless mission of enabling people to move from presence to memory. Graduates, congratulations today. Make us proud going forward. And thank you for allowing me to address the convocation. Thank you. Don't get rid of me yet. Our keynote speaker comes to us today from one of the preeminent healthcare systems in the world, right here in Pittsburgh. He is a distinguished assistant professor of pathology at the University of Pittsburgh. He also serves as the director of autopsy and forensic pathology Center of Excellence at the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. He is the medical director of the Humanity Gifts Registry at UPMC. He is a proud graduate of the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine, following which he served a fellowship with our own Allegheny County Medical Examiner's Office. His care and compassion in working with the bereaved families and their decedent loved ones entrusted to his care was recognized by the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. He brings to us today a speech that, by its modest title, or the two words that I just said, may be the most impactful things you may say. It is now truly my honor and privilege to introduce to you our keynote speaker for the 170th Commencement Exercises of the Pittsburgh Institute of Mortuary Science. Graduates, families, friends, I present his speech simply titled, Thank You. It is my honor to welcome Dr. Tanner Bartholomew.
Dear PIMS graduates, it's an incredible honor to be invited here to speak with you today. My name is Dr. Tanner Bartholomew, and I'm an assistant professor of pathology at the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine, the medical director of the Humanity Gifts Registry at the University of Pittsburgh, and the director of adult autopsy services for the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. And I introduce myself in that role only so that you know that I am someone who is incredibly familiar with the dedication and talent that your profession requires, and how you play an indispensable role in helping families grieve, process their emotions, and facilitate the first steps of their own lives on the other side of the death of a loved one. In your roles in the funeral sciences, it goes to say that each of you will have to wear many hats. There are things that most people in passing would associate with the profession: understanding floral arrangements, how to guide families through things such as casket selection, how to hold viewings, the process of leading processionals, working with the cemeteries, being at the gravesite. The list goes on. And at this point, you might be wondering, you spent your introduction just listing off the steps that almost everybody goes through when they work with someone in the funeral sciences after the death of a loved one, that almost everybody knows. Well, that's correct, but I did so for a reason. Almost everyone in this room has lost someone close to them. Probably for many of them on one of, if not the worst, day of their lives. Yet in the haze of anxieties and worries, regrets, confusion, and sadness, when probably less focused than ever, they distinctly remember going through each of the above steps and processing their grief, because it was facilitated by someone from the funeral sciences, someone who was able to lead them through the steps of grieving that they needed to take, sometimes without them ever knowing at the time that they needed to take them. There are many classes that you took to get here today. Well, everyone out there knows that you probably take, some embalming classes, which honestly I've personally come to learn is much more complicated than I ever initially thought. Probably not many people know the extent to which you also have to understand anatomy, microbiology, my field of pathology, or that even that restorative art is a thing, unless it's the work of someone in the funeral sciences that allows you to see your loved one as you remembered. Probably most people understand that you have to have some knowledge of business management, but working in the funeral sciences requires an understanding of accounting, ethics, human resources, and risk management, especially in an era where it is sometimes more difficult than ever to navigate family disagreements and arguments during the very sensitive interval in which you're providing services. And then there is the work you have completed in psychology, grief counseling, and world cultures and religions, helping to prepare you for the wide array of circumstances you will find yourselves in, and the wide background of clients that you have to be prepared to serve. All of this isn't to make you have to relive all the busy nights you spent studying, but first of all, just so that everyone in attendance can understand and appreciate the extensive breadth and depth of your studies and the hard work you've put in, which is really impressive. Looking at the PIMS curriculum, you should be all really, really proud of your accomplishments. And then also really to reflect upon the large skill set that you have acquired to bring to your communities, which you are uniquely equipped with to serve your clients. And for that, there is the very simple core of what I want to say today, a two-word message that conveys everything that I hope you understand that I want to impart in this speech. And that message is, very simply, thank you. When you try to get ideas of how to write a speech pretty much any time over the past 2 years, everyone just tells you, oh, just go to the internet and have the internet write the speech for you. Oh, to be sure, you can ask the internet to write you a 10-minute speech for a commencement ceremony such as this, and it will do a very good job of writing a speech with appropriate, if not somewhat trite metaphors about being a steady hand in times of uncertainty and being a guiding light in the midst of the darkness. But what sometimes long-winded metaphors won't convey are the nuts and bolts hardship days that you will come into. A family meeting with the family members screaming at you because they're upset they're never going to get another Christmas with mom, and you're the only person there on the receiving end to intercept that grief. You're going to be there when there's a family fight and multiple people are going to be claiming to be next to kin, with you trying to mediate the very complex family dynamics. And you're going to have to be there for families in the midst of financial hardships, trying to pay for expenses that far too people ever budget or plan for. And in those days, where what you are doing may seem like a thankless job, on behalf of myself, the community, and every grieving family down the road once they have processed their emotions, thank you. It is your work that helps families get to that state of acceptance, and you should know that it is always deeply appreciated, even if that isn't always apparent in the moment. When you ask an autopsy pathologist to give a speech, a lot of people think, oh, I bet he shows up and tells us about some fascinating cases from his past, or a rare disease, or some unbelievable scenario, and then maybe tries to market a book. I don't have a book, but I did come here today with one unbelievable scenario. We at the University of Pittsburgh have a remembrance ceremony for our donors, put together by our Director of Anatomical Programs, Jim Maxon, himself a licensed funeral director, his assistant Miranda, myself, and the medical and dental students. I also speak at that service every year. And it consists of poems, the reading of names, speeches, and then some musical performances. The first year we held one after I came back to the university as faculty, after the ceremony was over, probably about 20 families stayed around afterwards for about an hour, coming up to us and giving us spontaneous hugs, bursting out into tears, and telling us just how much the program, both HDR and the ceremony we held, meant to them, and how much it helped them to process their grief. And I was shocked when I first saw it from that side of the fence, just how much funeral directors and those in the funeral services and mortuary sciences can help families. See, this probably doesn't seem like an unbelievable scenario to any of you. It's what you'll be doing every day. But I never said it was going to be unbelievable to you. At the time, it was unbelievable to me. So congratulations on all your hard work and accomplishments today. It's a time to celebrate, but also to understand all of the important work you have to do. So in closing, thank you. As an autopsy pathologist, I look forward to working with all of you to serve our clients and their families. It has been an incredible honor to be with you here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Bartholomew. In recognizing Dr. Bartholomew for speaking today, we have a brief presentation. So I'll ask him to stand. I'll ask our Registrar and Director of Administrative Services, Nicole Alachko, to also stand. And we have a plaque that we would like to present to him today. The plaque bears the inscription, Dr. Tanner Bartholomew, we recognize your dedication and commitment to providing the compassionate care which comforts the bereaved families who entrust their loved ones to your service. And today we honor you as our keynote speaker, delivering the eloquent, inspirational message. Thank you to our graduates and all those in attendance at the 170th Commencement Exercises of the Pittsburgh Institute of Mortuary Science, presented on this 10th day of January in the year 2025. Once again, thank you. At this time, sporting his newly earned law degree robes, going to invite Mr. Nicholas Ritchie to the podium to administer the funeral service oath. Please be respectful of the oath. Take it to your heart. Burn it to your soul. Mr. Ritchie.
Good afternoon, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Mr. Nicholas Ritchie. I'm a faculty member here at the Pittsburgh Institute of Mortuary Science. And it is a true honor to present the funeral service oath today to our graduates. As many of you have probably heard this week, the late President Jimmy Carter was laid to rest yesterday. His interment concluded 6 days of our country paying homage to the 39th President of the United States. President Carter took the presidential oath of office on January 20th, 1977. The oath that he recited was simply one sentence long. A simple one-sentence oath for the most complex job in the United States. Our oath is a bit more lengthy and administered for a much more simple job. I do not say simple in the context of easy, though. Our job is simple in its objective. In everything, do to others what you would have them do to you. That translates to show the utmost care and reverence for the decedent and their family. As this oath is administered, please soak it in. It tells you what you are called to do in this profession. And remember how important an oath is. Its importance is embedded in its definition. Merriam-Webster Dictionary provides a few good definitions for how important an oath is. It's a solemn and formal calling upon God to witness the truth of what one says. An attestation to the sincerity of what one intends to do. These definitions are loaded with powerful words and are therefore reserved for powerful moments, and that's what an oath is. You may not be sworn in as President of the United States today, but you are being sworn into a profession that demands selflessness, or as Dr. Lease likes to say, a servant's heart. In a time where the importance of oath-making seems to be an afterthought, may the words you utter today be burned into your servant's heart and a blueprint for your calling in funeral service. At this time, I would ask our graduates to please stand. I also invite our President and CEO, Dr. Barry Lease, to hold the PIMS mace at attention while we administer this oath as one PIMS community. Lastly, I invite any licensed funeral directors that are here today to also stand and renew this oath. All standing, please raise your right hand and repeat after me the words that can be found in your program. I do solemnly swear by that which I hold most sacred. That I shall be loyal to the funeral service profession and just and generous to its members. That I shall lead my life and practice my art in uprightness and honor. That into whatsoever house I shall enter, it shall be for the benefit and comfort of those bereaved. That I shall not let the constant relationship and familiarity with death give me cause to yield to carelessness. Or to violate any obligation to society or to the dignity of our profession. That I shall abstain from every voluntary act of misconduct and corruption. That I shall obey the civil laws. That I shall not divulge professional confidences. And that I shall be faithful to those who have placed their trust in me. While I continue to keep this oath unviolated, may it be granted to me to enjoy honor in my life and in my profession. And may I be respected by all people for all time. Thank you. You may now be seated.
Thank you, Mr. Ritchie. At this time, we shall invite our Dean of Faculty and Students, Michael Burns, to the podium to present the class of the 170th Commencement Exercises. Dean Burns.
Thank you, Dr. Leese, and everyone here. This is also an opportunity just to say a few brief words. And this particular term, graduation, I didn't write it down. This is off the top of my head. But I want to tell you a real brief story. 300 years ago, when the colonists came to this country, they didn't know anything about the flora or the fauna or the seasons. They were unprepared. But they made friends with the Native Americans and found out a few things. One thing that was very interesting was in the fall time, Native Americans started collecting wood for the fires for the winter. So the colonists said, well, they know what they're doing. They've been here for hundreds of years. We better start collecting some wood. A couple of weeks later, the Native Americans collected more wood, a lot of wood, taking out large trees in the forest. So the colonists said, well, that's interesting. They must know way more than we know. There must be a bad winter coming. We better prepare. And so the colonists took out some more wood. A couple of weeks later, the Native Americans started to decimate the whole forest. Acres of wood was taken out. They took out every log, branch, and stick they could find. The colonists, now getting very worried about these unknown winters, did the same thing. Took out as many logs, branches, sticks as they can find and piled them very high next to their village. The governor of the colony, though, said, this is crazy. What do they know that we don't know? So he went to the Native American chief and local tribe and said, Chief, what is your number one sign to collect this much wood? The chief stood up, stared him in the eye, and said, you. We never saw anybody collect so much wood before. We thought you knew something we didn't know. So there's a moral to this little story. One of them is preparedness. We've prepared you. You know how to embalm. You know how to do RA. You know how to balance your statement of whatever you call it, Mr. Ritchie. I don't know anything about accounting. You know how to help the bereaved. You know what to do. You are well prepared. You're not perfect yet, and neither any of us here. We'll keep learning that, but your preparation's pretty far along. So use that to your advantage. The next thing is trust. You must be trustworthy. Trust those around you, but be careful at the same time. Do your research. Find out what's true and what's not true. Don't believe everything you read or see on the internet. You have a lot of responsibility in front of you. So trust those who you know you can trust and do your research. And lastly, be thankful. Be thankful for the people that are around you, the people that are going to trust in you, and be really thankful that we now have natural gas and electric heat, and you don't have to go, chop down wood for 3 months before the winter time. Now comes my favorite part. I get to introduce the students to come up to receive their diplomas and degrees. I'm going to ask Dr. Leese and Mrs. Latchko to please step forward. The first are the diplomas in embalming and funeral directing. I'm going to call your names and I'll ask you to come up to the podium to receive. If I have in the first row, please stand up. Johanna Rose Bloor. Ashton Brown. Ashley Nicole Ferrone. Peyton C. Fleazar. Grace R. Geindhart. Aiden S. Hogue. Graduating magna cum laude, Stephanie Manley. Faith Massich. Xavier Merlin. Kenley Jade Ritchie. Kennedy J. Rooks. Kayla Shutak. Next, we will award the degrees in the Associate and Specialized Technology degree in Funeral Service Arts and Sciences. Emily Ann Abranowitz. Annie Selena Aguilera. Alex David Bauerbach. Rodney Eugene Blake, Jr. Nicole Brungard. Graduating magna cum laude, Carlene Danzy. Graduating cum laude, Brianna DeLong Keelick. Margaret A. Early. Meredith C. Feeney. Graduating summa cum laude, Jaden Shanice Ferguson. Did you bring somebody with you? Continuing, Amanda Christine Flowers, graduating summa cum laude. Shireen L. Fountain. Graduating summa cum laude, Tatiana A. Fowler. Q. Franz. Graduating summa cum laude, Gwendolyn Dawn Hessen. Amira Malia Johnson. Emily June Kelly. Madison Rose McInich. Sophia Mercado. Cynthia Joyce Newcastle. Graduating cum laude, Joshua Daniel Poe. Sarah Emily Redmond. Samantha Page Shoemaker. Mary Slattery. Amelia St. Ange. Angel Noel Valdivia. Catherine Waterman. Janice Lorraine Williams. Veronica Yingling. And now the degree for the Associate and Specialized Business Degree in Funeral Service Management, Angel Beck. Hal Calvin. Aaron Ferris. Sarah Robinson. Samantha Louise Shannon. Nicole Taylor Snatchko. Now, some of our students will also receive their bachelor's degree today through a consortium program that we have with some local colleges and universities. These students attend these schools for 3 years and then complete their last year here at PIMS, earning them a bachelor's degree. From the University of Gannon, Dr. Paris Baker couldn't be with us today, so I'm going to ask Dr. Lees to please step forward. And the following students will be receiving their bachelor's degree from Gannon University today, and that is Amelia St. Ange. If I may have Dr. Mark Marnich, Professor of Mathematics and Director of Mortuary Science Program at Point Park, please step forward. The following students will be receiving their bachelor's degree today from Point Park University. Angel Valdivia. Meredith Feeney. Amira Johnson. Gwendolyn Hessen. Q Franz. and Jaden Ferguson. To all the students awarded a diploma or associate degree or bachelor's degree here today, I'm asking you to please stand. It is now time to switch your tassels from the left side to the left side of your cap. All in attendance today, I present to you the class of the 170th Commencement of the Pittsburgh Institute of Mortuary Science. You may be seated. I also have the distinct honor today to announce those who are maybe winning some awards today. The first one is the Memorial Award for a campus student and a distance education student. Be it known that this Memorial Award was established to commemorate contributions made by the alumni, students, and faculty of the Pittsburgh Institute of Mortuary Science in the service to their country. There will be 2 awards, one for a distance education student and one for a campus student. The distance education recipient, who has been chosen by the distance education faculty of the Pittsburgh Institute of Mortuary Science, as the graduate who, through the qualities of leadership, professional conduct, and good citizenship, best illustrated their ideals. It is hereby awarded this 10th day of January, 2025 to Carlene Danzy. The campus recipient, who has been chosen by his or her classmates as the graduate, who through qualities of leadership, professional conduct, and good citizenship best characterized their ideals. It is hereby awarded this 10th day of January, 2025 to Rodney Eugene Blake, Jr. This award includes a check from $250 from the PIMS Board of Directors to each recipient. The next award is the Dodge Award. Matt Black, representative of Dodge, couldn't be here today, so I'm going to ask Mr. Ritchie to please stand and present this award. Be it known that the Dodge Award was established to recognize a student who has demonstrated both exceptional and theoretical expertise through the entire embalming curricula practicum. This award includes an embalming kit provided by Dodge Chemical Company. It is hereby awarded this 10th day of January, 2025 to Angel Beck. The next award is the Kelco Company Restorative Art Award. If Alicia Carr, President and CEO of Kelco Company, please step forward. Be it known that the Kelco Supply Company Restorative Art Award was established in recognition of outstanding ability, attitude, commitment, and achievement in the areas of restorative art and cosmetology, who, in the opinion of the clinical faculty of Pittsburgh Institute of Mortuary Science, merits this recognition. This award includes a plaque from Kelco Supply Company and a certificate for $500 towards Kelco products. Is hereby awarded this 10th day of January 2025 to Peyton Fleazar. Thank you. The next award is the Corps Award. TJ Roser, the funeral director and coroner liaison from CORE, the Center for Organ Recovery and Education, will please join us in the dais. The Center for Organ Recovery and Education has established a Pledge for Life scholarship fund and awards a scholarship to one student who is enrolled in the Pittsburgh Institute of Mortuary Science who can demonstrate that they will make an impact on the field of organ, tissue, and cornea recovery. This scholarship is funded through CORE's Partnership Strategies Committee by delegating funds given in memory of or in honor of an organ, tissue, or cornea donor or a transplant recipient. With over 123,000 people waiting for a life-saving transplant and many more in need of tissue and corneas, this scholarship will help develop professionals who can make a difference in other people's lives. This award includes a check from CORE in the amount of $500. It is hereby awarded this 10th day of January 2025 to Aiden S. Hogue. The Ohio Funeral Directors Association Award. Mr. Charles Wilson, a representative of the Ohio Funeral Directors Association, will present this award. And perhaps he didn't make it. Mr. Ritchie will step forward. Be it known that the Ohio Funeral Directors Association Award, this award offers a symbol of leadership in the field of professional mortuary science education. This grant shall be used by the participant to further their knowledge and expand their learning opportunities through the state of Ohio. This award includes a $500 gift certificate that can be used for any Ohio Funeral Directors Association hosted educational offering over a 5-year period. It is hereby awarded this 10th day of January 2025 to Alex David Bowerbach. Next, we have the Champion Award for Mortuary Excellence. Paul Bowman, Vice President and General Manager of the Champion Company, will please step forward. Be it known that the Champion Award for Mortuary Science Excellence is a criteria-based award of merit. This award bears the namesake of a company that has focused not only on providing state-of-the-art chemicals and products, but as indicated in the credo for its ever-expanding encyclopedia, the Champion Company is dedicated to the furtherance of knowledge and education for the funeral service profession. This award is presented to the student who is recognized by members of the PIMS science faculty to have demonstrated overall skills of scholarship, aptitude, attitude, practical skills, specifically in the core science component of the curriculum at the Institute. This award includes an engraved plaque with a credit with the Champion Company for $500. It is hereby awarded this 10th day of January 2025 to Joshua Daniel Poe. The William J. Masmano Memorial Award. Be it known that the William J. Masmano Memorial Award was established as an award of merit in recognition of outstanding ability, attitude, commitment, and achievement in the clinical embalming lab practicum, who, in the opinion of the clinical faculty of Pittsburgh Institute of Mortuary Science, maintain the highest standards of decorum, professionalism, and proven skills in the clinical embalming arena. This award includes an embalming kit provided by Mr. Wayne Urbine, a graduate of PIMS who also won this award, and a $500 check provided by the PIMS Board of Directors. It is hereby awarded this 10th day of January 2025 to Alex David Bowerbach. the John Riebel Award, and the Allegheny County Funeral Directors Association Award. Dr. Barry Lease will present the Riebel Award. If I can have Jesse McElroy Torquato and Shelby Cosley come forward. Members of the Allegheny County Funeral Directors Association will present the Sam Moon Award. Be it known that the John Riebel Award was established as an award of merit in recognition of the highest academic scholastic performance in all branches of the curriculum and on the judgment of the PIMS faculty at the Pittsburgh Institute of Mortuary Science. This award is given to one campus student and one online student. The Allegheny County Funeral Directors Association also offers an honor for this same achievement. This award includes a check from the Allegheny County Funeral Directors Association for $250 and a check from $500 from the PIMS Board of Directors. It is hereby awarded this 10th day of January 2025 to the campus student, Gwendolyn Dawn Hessam. And the online student, Tatiana A. Flower. The next is the William and Brenda Spence Award. Mr. Spence and Mrs. Brenda Spence, please step forward. Be it known that the William and Brenda Spence Award is an award of merit. This award is presented to a first-generation funeral director and resident of Pennsylvania who has proven their educational expertise and has a strong desire to help those less fortunate than themselves. This award includes a check for $1,000 from William and Brenda Spence. It is hereby awarded this 10th day of January 2025 to Stephanie Manley. The Eugene C. Ogrodnik Entrepreneurial Award. Mr. Ogrodnik, President Emeritus, will please step forward. Be it known that the Eugene C. Ogrodnik Entrepreneurial Award is a criteria-based award of merit. This award is presented to the student who demonstrated the qualities of stewardship, scholarship, and leadership. These qualities are indicated of the man who bears the namesake for this award. Through his passions for education, visionary prowess, and keen business acumen, he established the legacy of the Pittsburgh Institute of Mortuary Science while shaping the future of the funeral service profession as a whole. In honor of his namesake, this award is presented to the student who has recognized by the core business faculty of the Pittsburgh Institute of Mortuary Science, is deemed to have the entrepreneurial spirit and greatest potential to impact the funeral industry at large. This award includes a check from the Pittsburgh Institute of Mortuary Science Board of Directors for $500 and is matched by Mr. Eugene Ogrodnik and his wife Karen in the amount of $500 for a total of $1,000. It is hereby awarded this 10th day of January 2025 to Tatiana A. Fowler. This last award is called the Mu Sigma Award. I'm going to ask the participants to please step forward first before I read the description. If the following students will please step to the front. Tatiana Fowler, Gwendolyn Hessam, Carlene Danzy, and Alex Bowerbach. the Mu Sigma Award. The National Association of Colleges of Mortuary Science has established an honorary society to give recognition to those students of mortuary science who've displayed outstanding merit in scholarship, who have conducted themselves as good citizens of the schools they have attended. The recipients of this award have been carefully screened by the faculty and constitute 10% of the graduating class. The name of the society is Mu Sigma Alpha, which stands for Mortuary Science Award. As you examine your key, you will see the symbols which are engraved thereon, being an open book placed over a spray of laurel, a lighted lamp, and the word award. The book is a symbol of knowledge and wisdom of the ages. The book is open to indicate that knowledge is available to all mankind. The spray of laurel designates a symbol of achievement. The lamp of learning is a symbol of scholarship, diligence, and perseverance irrespective of time. The word award is added for all those to know the purpose of the award, to honor those who qualify and are chosen. This distinction includes a $1,000 check from the PIMS Board of Directors in recognition of this prestigious award. Cherish this award, for it is our way of recognizing what you have done while you were here with us. And it is in our confidence that you will go into the chosen profession. You will not only be graduates of whom we are proud, but also ones who will carry in the years to come the high standards which you have so outstandingly demonstrated while completing your education. Congratulations.
Once again, the presentation of the class. Congratulations, make us proud. At this time, we ask you to speak, and we have a representative from both the online and the campus-based programs. So I'm going to ask you both to come up at this point. We can work out who speaks first. Meredith C. Feeney and Tatiana Fowler will address our graduates today. Thank you.
Good afternoon, honorable faculty, family, friends, and fellow graduates. It is a privilege to stand before you today as we mark this important milestone in our lives. Graduating from mortuary school is no small feat. It has been a journey of learning, growth, and profound moments of introspection. When we first started at PIMS, many of us may have had only a vague understanding of what it truly means to work in this field. We were aware of the importance of what we were about to do, but I don't think anyone could have prepared us for the emotional weight and responsibility that comes with being a part of this profession. I know for a lot of us in the distance education program, this wasn't the first step in our professional journeys, but a second or even third career. I think that's in part what makes mortuary school unique. It's not just a career path, it's a calling, a deep commitment to helping people navigate through some of the most difficult moments of their lives. As I reflected on my time at PIMS, there were two quotes from our curriculum that kept coming up. The first by the esteemed Dean Burns, clean, firm, and dry. The second by former Prime Minister of England, William Gladstone. Show me the manner in which a nation cares for its dead, and I will measure with mathematical exactness the tender mercy of its people, their respect for the law of the land, and their loyalty to high ideals. This quote speaks directly to the role all of you, as future mortuary professionals, will play in society. As those who will care for the deceased, you will be the ones ensuring that every individual, regardless of background or circumstance, is treated with dignity and compassion in their final moments. Your work will reflect not only your technical skills, but also the depth of mercy, empathy, and professionalism that a society values. In your hands rests the way a community will be judged, not just by how well you perform the practical tasks of embalming or arranging services, but by how you carry out your responsibilities with reverence and care. No pressure. Understanding this commitment we are making today, I'm confident that we've been trained to uphold the highest standards of care. We've learned anatomy, pathology, embalming and restorative arts techniques, thanatology, accounting, grief psychology, business management, funeral law, and ethical responsibilities. Interwoven into this curriculum have also been important lessons about humanity, the ability to connect with others on a deeply personal level, to listen and to provide solace in moments of pain. The skills we've acquired along with our ability to empathize, to be present, and to offer a compassionate hand will define us in this field. To our educators who have taught us these skills, thank you for your dedication to our learning. You have given us not just practical knowledge, but the wisdom to navigate the nuances of human emotion and the delicate balance between professionalism and care. You taught us that our role as caretakers of the departed and stewards of the grieving process is one that extends far beyond what's seen in textbooks. To our families and friends who supported us, thank you. Your unwavering encouragement has carried us through long nights of study, moments of doubt, and emotionally taxing days. Your understanding and love have been the foundation upon which we stand today. And to all my fellow graduates, we have made it. We faced the challenges, completed our studies, and now we stand ready to make a meaningful difference. The road ahead may be challenging, but it is one that we walk with purpose. We will encounter moments that test us, but we are equipped with the knowledge and skills to rise to those challenges. We will experience heartache, but we will also experience the incredible reward of knowing that we are making a difference in the lives of others. Congratulations, class of 2025. We did it.
Together. Good afternoon, graduates, faculty, visitors, and guests from all around. My name is Meredith Beanie. It is an honor to see so many people here today to witness such a major accomplishment for this group of extraordinary people. I speak for these graduates when I say that every single person in this room played an important role in why we are all gathered here. So I first want to thank you all for being a part of this journey. We wouldn't be here without you. It is no secret that the profession we've chosen still raises eyebrows every now and then when someone asks, "What are you studying in school?" And I'm sure we can all relate to the follow-up question of, well, whatever made you choose that? So, we all have our different answers to that. But no matter the answer to that question, we are all here to do something, and it's the same thing, to serve the bereaved. This field is one of true passion and selflessness, something that cannot be taught, which is why I say that the group of graduates in front of me is so special. I can say without a doubt that being a student at PIMS was the best decision I've ever made for myself, and now that I'm finally here, it's the most rewarding. If you asked me how I felt about this decision during a week where I had a regulatory compliance quiz, a pathology assessment, and an embalming 1 exam, maybe I would have a different answer. But now I'm here, and I've never been so proud of myself or my peers. Even through all the sleepless nights studying, or the 14-hour days between classes and embalming, we lived, and we did what we needed to do to reach our goals. We made it through each and every test, assignment, and quiz, not to mention passing our final comprehensive exams this past week. So maybe our instructors were onto something when they wouldn't let us give up. Thank you for that. As we were taught, there are so many facets to becoming the best funeral director that one can be. We are not here as just embalmers, and we are not here as death planners. We are here as future funeral directors, and that's a pretty big title to live up to. In this journey, we have a lot to learn. From the order of blood flow, to what tort law is, to how to present ourselves and speak with families. I knew I would be coming here and having my brain bombarded with anatomy, business, and funeral law classes. And yes, I can admit, I learned a lot through these classes, believe it or not. There are, however, some things that I learned here that weren't exactly in the curriculum. And these are some of the most important lessons. Every week, I learned about myself as a team player when working with my embalming team in the care center. Even with a lot of stress and exhaustion, we had a job to get done together. We did our best for each decedent in our care. It was up to us to learn how to put aside our personal lives and stressors and get our job done, because that is what our decedents deserve. Another lesson I learned is that having support is key in a field that can be so humanistic. I've never seen so many people have each other's backs like my peers did. You all taught me that the compassion we provide to families should never stop there. It takes so little to be kind to those who you work beside every day, and some days your peers may really need it. On top of being there for others, I learned that you need to have your own back as well. What I mean by this is having faith in your abilities to be the funeral director that you are capable of being. Self-sufficiency is so valuable in a field where others need you most. My time here taught me how badly I wanted to succeed, how I myself was able to push through to this very moment, and how I need to keep doing so as I begin my career. As I look around, I see the brightest futures for my fellow graduates. I have seen all of you do impressive things in your education, and I know that there is a lot more that you have to offer. Having such caring, intelligent individuals going out into the industry makes me so incredibly happy. I'm glad for all the families you serve, to have you be the ones aiding them in their hardest moments. I have no doubt that we will bring what we learned here with us our entire careers. I know that wherever each of you may end up, you will do great things. We are all here for a reason, and we are all here because we were smart, capable, and strong enough to make it through. This is only the beginning and a strong start, if I do say so myself, to some very wonderful futures. Thank you.
Thank you, Meredith and Tatiana, for sharing some closing remarks with our classmates and friends and family who've joined us here today. It's a tradition that at the graduation ceremonies of the Pittsburgh Institute of Mortuary Science that we bring this celebration to a conclusion singing America the Beautiful. Now, after the rendering of that song, which will be led by two students, we will actually now conclude the ceremonies with the presentation of the mace bearer. So it's something that in September of 2024, we've changed the order of the ceremony just a little bit. But at this time, we do pay homage to our country. I would like to invite Samantha Shannon, Faith Message, up to the podium. They will be our leaders in song. We will ask everyone to please stand and join them singing loud, America the Beautiful. Faith, stand. Please be seated again. September 2024, the Pittsburgh Institute 169th Commencement Exercises. We introduced the academic mace. The mace, if you have read your programs, is considered a ceremonial object, but in medieval times, harkens back to being a weapon that led the troops into war. Well, as a ceremonial object, it leads the troops, proverbially, into the ceremony. The person who is privileged to bear the mace on its way into the ceremony is where the seat of power of the institution is, and humbly, that is a privilege that I get to do at this point and going forward for a period of time. However, after consulting with the PIMS Board of Directors and looking back at two now deceased members of our PIMS family, Mr. Stephen Pavlik and Mr. Robert Inman, the PIMS Board of Directors authorized that as we purchased the mace, we would recognize one student who is vetted by the faculty, the staff, and submitted to the Board of Directors as truly our best of the best. It is a person that we ceremonially confer the privilege of bearing the mace out of the ceremony, leading, if you will, all of you into the charge. It is a person of the highest regard and highest esteem. We not only pass the mace off for that ceremonial walk, we also bestow the seal on the individual that is on the mace, on my necklace. They will receive one too to lead us out. The mace is not handled with bare hands, so they also are provided with a pair of custom white gloves with their initials with their initials on the white gloves. If you will, it's a moment in time that individual could put together a shadow box of today that is memorable forever. One more nicety, I guess you could say, in being chosen as the mace bearer, the individual will receive a check for $1,500, courtesy of Mr. Inman, the late Mr. Inman, and Mr. Pavlik, who bestowed the school with generous endowments. So it is truly a way to walk in the footsteps of giants. It is truly a way to take and fittingly end this ceremony. So at this time, it is my great privilege and great pleasure to introduce to you the second mace bearer for the Pittsburgh Institute of Mortuary Science, the mace bearer who will lead us out, proverbially to the charge, for the 170th Commencement Exercises. The mace bearer is Tatiana A. Fowler. Tatiana, please come up. And now we may conclude the 170th Commencement Exercises of the Pittsburgh Institute of Mortuary Science. Thank you all for coming. Graduates, make us proud.